to become like me. That alone tells me everything I need to know about you. You don't actually want to become me. You want the power you think I have, the respect, the fear, the untouchability. But you're willing to listen to someone tell you how. That willingness is your first weakness, and I'm going to expose it before you decide if you're brave enough to continue. If you are, stay. If not, close this now and go back to performing for people who don't care. You have an image of what I am: cold, powerful, unreachable, someone who broke every rule and walked away unscathed. But that image is wrong, not because it's inaccurate, but because you think the power comes from breaking rules. It doesn't. The power comes from understanding which rules actually bind you and which ones you only believe bind you. Most people never make that distinction. They obey invisible chains. You're probably one of them. Look at your life right now. Everything you do is constrained by rules you never questioned. You can't speak certain truths because it's not appropriate. You can't make certain moves because what will people think? You can't pursue certain things because that's not how it's done. These aren't rules written in stone. They're stories told by people weaker than you, accepted by people more afraid than you, and you've built your entire existence around them. I didn't become what I am by following. I became what I am by recognizing that every system, every social hierarchy, every moral framework you've accepted is just a game designed by people trying to control people like you. Once you see that, you can't unsee it. And the moment you can't unsee it, you have a choice. Keep pretending the game is real, or start playing a different game entirely. Like this video if you recognize that the rules constraining you were never yours to accept in the first place. But here's what separates people who think about power from people who actually have it. Thinkers spend their time analyzing the game. Players spend their time dismantling it. You're probably still in the analysis phase, still reading books about power, still watching videos about becoming better, still convincing yourself that understanding is the same as doing. It isn't. To become like me, you need to do something most people are too afraid to do. You need to accept that you might become a monster in the process, not a cartoon villain who kills people, a person who no longer cares about the moral judgments of people you've outgrown, a person who sees other people as variables in equations instead of souls deserving respect, a person who is willing to hurt people, betray people, and destroy people if it serves the larger design. You're uncomfortable right now. I can feel it through the screen. That discomfort is the exact moment where most people stop. They realize what's being asked of them and they retreat. They tell themselves they're above this, that they have principles, that they're good people. And maybe you are, but goodness and power are not the same thing. In fact, they're usually opposites. The good people finish second. The ones without morality finish first. The cost of becoming like me is permanent isolation. Not because I'm lonely, but because I've transcended the need for human connection. People sense that. They know they can't reach you. They know they can't own you with friendship or love or loyalty, and that knowledge terrifies them. So they leave, or they stay and try to break you. Either way, you'll be alone, and you'll have to be completely comfortable with that, or the isolation will destroy you. Comment, I will pay the price, when you realize that your greatest strength will feel like your greatest curse to everyone around you. You think you understand sacrifice. You think you know what it costs to become exceptional, but you don't. Sacrifice is when you give up something you love for something you want more. That's just trading. Real sacrifice is giving up the capacity to love, giving up the ability to trust, giving up the human need for belonging. That's what it costs to be like me. Most people will never pay that price. They'll convince themselves it's not worth it. They'll tell stories about how genuine connection and real relationships are what actually matter. And maybe they're right. But if they were right, why are you here watching this? Why do you want what I have? Because deep down, you sense that the people who have real connections are also the people being controlled by those connections. They're hostages to their own attachments. I removed that vulnerability. I don't have anyone I have to protect, anyone I have to consider, anyone who can leverage me through emotional attachment. And that freedom is worth more than any relationship could ever be. You can't understand that yet, but you will. The question is whether you're willing to find out. The path to becoming like me requires a fundamental shift in how you see the world. Right now, they'll probably reject it, but the seed will be planted. And maybe, one day, they'll look at themselves and recognize what I'm describing. You're asking yourself how to start, how to begin dismantling the person you've constructed. But that question itself is a trap. You can't dismantle slowly. You can't become like me in increments. The transformation isn't gradual. It's a switch. One day you believe in the system. The next day you see it for what it is. And once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. You can't go back to innocent belief. But understand this. Danger is lonely. The most powerful people in the world are isolated, not because they chose isolation, but because power itself creates distance. No one wants to be close to someone they can't control. No one wants to befriend someone who might use them. No one wants to love someone who sees them as just another variable. You'll discover this the moment you truly become powerful. The final shift is this. You're not becoming like me to feel better about yourself. You're not pursuing power to prove something to people who didn't believe in you. You're not doing this for any external reason at all. You're doing this because the alternative, remaining weak, remaining controllable, remaining trapped in a system designed to exploit you, is unbearable. Once that becomes your primary motivation, everything changes. When you stop caring about being liked, you become powerful. When you stop caring about being right, you become dangerous. When you stop caring about being understood, you become unstoppable. That's what I am. Not because I'm special, but because I made different choices than you. I decided that the comfort of fitting in was less important than the power of standing apart. I decided that being good was less important than being effective. I decided that my own interests mattered more than anyone else's comfort. And now, look at me. I'm untouchable. Not because I have more money or more friends or a better education, but because I'm predictable to no one, controllable by no one, vulnerable to no one. You want that. That's why you're here. The question is whether you want it enough to pay the price. From now on, you have a choice. You can stay who you are, safe, connected, moral, weak, or you can become who you're capable of becoming. Alone, unreachable, immoral, powerful. The first option is easier. The second option is worth it. And when you think you finally reached me, when you believe you finally become what I'm describing, remember one thing. I've already moved 3 steps ahead.